What's going on, Blitz Talk TV? I am your host, DJ Fundraiser.
And you already know what it is. It's your boy Relic.
Blitz Talk TV, man. We just had an action-packed free agency period. Man, we can smell that football, man. We can smell it. It's not that far away. Draft not that far away. Blitz Talk, you know we tuned in. You know we locked in. We appreciate all the followers. Appreciate everyone liking the videos. Go check out that NFL free agency video if you haven't already. All platforms. Follow us: Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, any place, YouTube, any place you got social media. Make sure you following at Blitz Talk TV. We gonna get right into it, Relic.
Come on, man. Just go ahead, bro. No spoilers. And look, Blitz Talk family, I'm gonna just let you know. I'm gonna let him cook. I'm gonna let him go. You feel me? I have no I have no reservations with whatever he finna say, but I already know. Look, just get the pens and pads ready and take notes cuz we going to use it against him at the end of this next season. So go ahead, bro.
I'm about to be a very insufferable human being for this segment because Broncos country. We just secured the AFC championship next year. We just secured a trip to the Super Bowl next year. If you've been living under a rock the last 6-7 hours, you didn't hear that Jaylen Waddle is now a Denver Bronco. And for all
Fire
you
move.
in the comments who I saw, he doesn't have 1,000-yard seasons. He's not a number one. Wah, wah, wah. Y'all believe that, man? He had 910 yards last year. He didn't have 1,000. All right, man. All right, man.
I mean, his first season as a number one. I mean, he should have had at least 1,000 yards.
He was never the number one at any point while Tyreek was there.
Tyreek ain't really play last year. That was his shot. Just
Tyreek got
saying.
hurt later in the season, and he had a CTE quarterback. Stop it. We're not
Later
doing this. We're
later in the
not comparing
season is
Tua
crazy.
to Bo Nix. We're not comparing Tua to Bo Nix. We're not even doing that. We're just not even doing that. He's not even on the team anymore. Stop it. Let's get this real clear. Jaylen Waddle will become the best version of himself as a Denver Bronco. This man has not even entered really his prime yet. And all you people, you used the first round pick. I saw someone on Twitter compare what the Steelers traded to get Mike Pittman to what Waddle. Who thinks Pittman's better than Waddle? Who thinks that? Who thinks these things? There are some number twos in the league, Blitz Talk, who are number ones. Jaylen Waddle is one of them. Devonta's another one. So was T. Higgins. There's a couple of guys who just happen to be behind better receivers, but they are number one quality receivers. You're going to see that when he's on the Broncos. And let me get one thing straight, by the way. I'm glad they did this instead of AJ Brown. We kind of already have an AJ Brown like person with Cortland Sutton. We got a big body. We don't need that. We need a guy who's going to take a 5-yard slant to the crib, someone who can burn somebody deep. That's what we needed. And we got that in Jaylen Waddle, still in his prime, ready to prove something. Was ready to get off that Dolphins team. Sorry, Malik Willis, by the way, signed all that money and they just let go of your best receiver just like that. I'm
Dumpster
so
fire.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that happened to you. I really am. But Broncos country. Where's the Super Bowl next year? Hold on, I don't know the top of my head. Let's see.
Oh my goodness, bro.
Hold on, here we
Well,
go. Wait, I got it. Here we go.
oh yeah, I forgot. I'm gonna let you cook, bro. All right.
Yeah, no, no, no.
I'm gonna just say I'm gonna say
Don't
what I
even
gotta
worry
say to
about
the
it.
end.
Don't even worry about it. February 14, 2027. Have your tickets ready for SoFi. We California loving. My Broncos will be in the Super Bowl because of this move. You get Cortland Sutton and Jaylen Waddle. You now have a top 5 tandem in the league. You get to move Marvin Mims, Bryant, and Franklin down one. My team might have the best young wide receiver corps in the league. And you don't make this move unless you think Bo Nix is coming back. You definitely don't trade a first round pick if you even have a even little trepidation that he's not coming back. Because first round picks you don't trade unless you think for sure he's coming back. Because you would need that to potentially get a quarterback. So that confirms this move confirms to me they've seen Bo Nix's rehab, they've seen his surgery, and they've seen enough so far that they think he's coming back. Because this is an all-in move. It's an all-in move. By the way, they got a fourth round pick back. They still got their second and they still got their fourth. They can still do some things in the draft. This is not a team that has a whole bunch of holes. The defense is still going to be really good. I think we still need to replace Jonathan Myers, who we lost. But besides that, you bring back Singleton. You did lose Greenlaw, even though he was getting up there in age. But once again, we still got McMillan, still got Moss, Riley Moss. You still got the best CB in the game in Pat Surtain Jr. You still got a top 5 to top 7 pass rusher in Benito. Top 5 interior lineman in Zach Allen. Top 5 to 7, I'll say. Top 5 to 7. But let me be real clear with this Jaylen Waddle move, man. Let me be real clear. Broncos country. February 14th. On Valentine's Day, by the way, go ahead and get them pre-excuses made for your girl. Let her know. Sunday, I won't be available that day. SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. The Denver Broncos will be representing the AFC in the Super Bowl. Go ahead and book it, mark it, whatever term you want to use. The Denver Broncos are going to the Super Bowl. You heard it here first from DJ Fundraiser. Broncos country. Go get some new gear. Don't go to NFL shop though. Go to like one of them vintage places. Get you a vintage windbreaker jacket. Get you something nice. Because the Broncos will be in the Super Bowl this year. Jaylen Waddle. Dolphins, you idiots.
Crazy.
You just traded the best player on your offense, not named A-Champ. Please free A-Champ too. They're going to overuse him. Oh my gosh. My goodness. He's going to get the DeMarco Murray treatment. They're going to throw it to him, run it to everything. And Malik Willis going to be getting pressure so much, he's going to be dumping it all to him every other play. My gosh, man.
It's a lot of really good wide receivers in this draft, though.
I mean, they got some first-round picks, but once again, Miami ain't been great at drafting. Just look at them drafting 2 over Justin Herbert. You know, they haven't been great at drafting. So, you know, it's. But we're not here to talk about Miami. They're nobodies right now. We're here to talk about the future AFC champions because Buffalo, we saw what you did. DJ Moore, that's cute. Bradley Chubb, that's cute. Ravens, we saw what you did. Trey Henderson, that's cute. You know. But look at how everything just opens up for the Broncos this year. There's no Mahomes. It's so bad for the Chiefs. They just had to go get Justin Fields. That's how bad it is for them. The Raiders. No one believes in the Raiders. Mendoza, I hope you end up being a good quarterback. I like the league when there's good quarterbacks in it. I hope you don't suck. But the Raiders is not a good franchise. And the Chargers? Well, they're the Chargers. Enough said. Who in the AFC is going to beat us? We vanquished the Buffalo Bills demon already. Got rid of that one. Lamar don't want to see us because his O-line just got worse. Who want to see us? Don't nobody want to see us, man. Nobody wants to see us in the AFC. Who wants to see us? Nobody. Who wants to go play in that cold against baby Steve Young? No one wants to do that. Nobody wants to do that. And now you got to deal with Jaylen Waddle. You can't shit the coverage the Cortland Sutton side no more. There's going to be times where Jaylen Waddle's going to be seeing the second corner. Oh, man. And you know Sean Payton went around and looked at all the wide receivers he could have got. And he settled on Jaylen Waddle for a reason. Best believe he's going to have a whole playbook just for Jaylen Waddle. He's going to cook. Go ahead, get the air fryer, the stir fry, get it all. Get the nice pan. We about to cook. Baby Steve Young about to come back with a whole new shiny toy. Brand new Lambo, ready for him to drive. Broncos country, also known as future AFC champions. I am done. Really, you may talk.
Okay, so I really like the move. Overall, I would definitely give y'all a B plus. So, reason why it's not an A minus or A or higher is because of the capital that y'all gave up. I definitely feel like you guys had leverage, but because the first round pick is a late first round pick, you know,
I
maybe
had to
maybe
go
that kind
to.
of that kind of evens things up. But
I did want to
I
interject.
just feel like
I want to
Jaylen
interject this
Waddle.
real fast. I want to interject this real fast, and I'm gonna let you go on. I think they traded that first round pick because they probably looked in the draft and they looked at where they were picking, and they said, "Is there someone there that we're like really in love with?"
No, I get that for
They
sure.
probably said no, and they said, "Well, let's just go get the sure thing because we have what's called the rookie quarterback, blessing right now, which is the rookie quarterback contract. You don't have to pay Bo Nix yet, so now you can afford a Jaylen Waddle right now. Now, when you pay Bo Nix, you ain't gonna be able to afford as much. It'll look at what's going on with all the teams that have paid their quarterback, the Ravens, the Bills, and even now the Bengals. And when you pay the quarterback, you can't afford as much, especially your team's cheap like the Bengals. But I think the real reason they made this Jaylen Waddle trade is because they said we're going all in. We didn't do anything in free agency. We let Myers walk out the door. We brought back Dobbins. That's cool if he can stay healthy, but we need someone who's a true playmaker on offense, and they went and got it, and they said, we're just going to go all in on this year. We've seen enough that Bo's going to come back healthy. We're good. That's what I'm thinking was the thinking of the first round pick. Because I'm not going to lie, I don't love trading the first round pick, but if you're going to go all in, this is the move. Because I love Jaylen Waddle, personally speaking. I love Jaylen Waddle. I think Tua did not, you can't exhibit what he can do with Tua. You can't do that because he can't stay upright. So I'm telling you, I watched Bo Nix throw some deep passes. I mean, and that was to Marvin Mims. Now imagine Jaylen Waddle's on the other side. So I'm just saying, it's going to be scary. But continue, really. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're fine. But man, yeah, that's the only thing I really don't love about this trade. I feel like the first round pick may have been a little bit of a reach, but I also get the logic of going all in. But I'm looking at this draft. It's very like wide receiver deep, you know. And
But I
the
also
question
think a lot of
mark.
teams need wide receivers too, though.
Oh, definitely. But still, even if you weren't to get the top four, there are still some fire wide receivers that's in the draft that some of these teams aren't going to get because it's pass rushers. It's a pass rusher deep draft. It's a interior lineman deep draft. You know, it's a lot of ways that a lot of these teams could take it. And then also the question with your run game. I would have loved to see a move toward Jeremiah Love for you guys. That would have let
I have
me
a
know.
feeling he's going to go very early in the draft. Like, very early. I don't even think the
Well,
Broncos would
they're
have.
they're they're predicting that, but I mean we've seen running back slide, especially like in
I don't
recent
think he's
times.
sliding
As
though. He looks generational. I don't see him sliding. He looks generational.
I mean, but at the same time, being a generational running back, how much does that mean toward the NFL today in terms of the grand scheme of things?
Well, how early
Because
did
we
Jenny
see
go in the draft?
because we see well, I mean, Genty went pretty early,
Yeah, I'm about to say. I think
even
I think
still,
if you like that, I think they'll.
no. And I love Genty. Me personally, I wish
Yeah,
that he
Jenny went
had.
sixth overall, so I could see that for Jeremiah. I could see him in the top 10. I could see that for sure. I could really
Well,
see him in the top 7.
at the end of the day, the running back is only as good as your O line, and your O line and your quarterback is only going to be able to flourish as good as your O line is. So Genty wasn't able to flourish. Same with Geno, and we saw how the Raiders season went. We see what's going on with Bijan Robinson pretty much his whole career. You know, he can make those highlight plays, but the Falcons haven't had a winning season since 2017. Like, you know, so but with you guys, the Denver Broncos being pretty much there, just assuming that Bo Nix makes it back and he's the same Bo Nix or a little bit better Bo Nix.
At least 90%.
You know, and then also looking at what happened with your team this past year, you know, with the record number of one score margin game wins, and also looking at J.K. Dobbins' health, and also R.J. Harvey, you know, not really panning out the way he should have. You know,
I think he has a big year next year, though.
Even though I like R.J. Harvey,
I think he's gonna have a big year next year. I think they'll get more burn next year.
Oh yeah, for sure. But just looking at the numbers right now, I feel a generational type running back in that system, with also how deep this draft is for wide receiver. And then there's still free agency. There's some talented wide receivers that's still out there. You know,
ain't no Waddles out there though. There were no Waddles out there. I don't think there was a guy like Waddle out there, even at the beginning of free agency.
I feel like you guys could have gotten that done with a second and a third round. If you know,
I think only because of Waddle's age that wasn't going to happen. Waddle is very young. Like, he's not really even in his prime yet. If he was maybe 2 or 3 years older, I think it could have got done with a second. That's why I think everybody that thinks A.J. Brown is about to go for all these firsts and stuff, someone would have made the move already if they really wanted him. Because I don't think people think he's worth the 2 firsts that people...
I don't know if I can agree with that. Waddle's been in the league since 2021.
Well, how old is Waddle? Was he 26?
Yes.
Yeah, he's 26. He just entered his prime.
I definitely feel like you guys reached a little, and that's the reason why my grade goes from A- down to like B+.
And I'm looking at the draft class now. Jeremiah Love's not going past Kansas City at 9. If he is at 9, Kansas City is running to the front with his name. Like, they're sprinting if someone lets him go past 9. If I had to pick it, and Blitz Talk, you're hearing this in real time, I'm not going to lie. I really could see Tennessee making that move. I'm not going to front. I could see Tennessee doing it. I could see Washington doing it at 7. I don't see him moving past, well, definitely not Kansas City, but I think
Washington... The thing is with
Washington
that...
they got Krosky, but, I mean...
The thing is with that, I feel like these teams have learned by seeing what the Falcons did and failed at. Because
I don't think that was Bijan's fault. I think that's the Falcons' incompetence, because what did they do immediately after that? Have a quarterback, hired a defensive-minded coach who's not all that great to begin with. They didn't give Bijan the ball at all. Like, no.
I know, but that's the thing.
I don't think Bijan should be a case. I think if Bijan was on a team that made sense, he would be a top 2 or 3 back right now, because he is all world. But it's just like with Genty. They had to get Chip Kelly up out of there because he wasn't using Genty right. To me, it's always about, once again, we don't put these coaches and these coordinators to the fire like we should. When you are given talent, you have to put it in the position to succeed. Most of these backs are not put in the position to succeed. How do you not give Genty the ball? You draft him at number 5 or 6 or whatever, and you just don't give him the ball. That makes no sense.
I agree, but also whenever he did get the ball,
I can't fully blame on the back. Some of that is just, I think these coaches and coordinators be trash, and we don't call them out enough for it. But to go back to
multiple things can definitely be true, but at the same time, with what happened with the Raiders and Genty, when Genty would get the ball, he would get tackled in the backfield. Because the thing is, the Raiders
also had the worst
roster.
The thing is,
and I'm saying the Raiders could have picked. There were some talented old linemen that went in last year's draft. You know,
but I think you pick the talent that can cover up more holes than trying to get like to me, the talent of linemen was not high enough to pass on Genty. Like, I think Genty could be a generational back if put in the right system. Just like I think Bijan's the same way.
I mean,
Bijan
that's
has. I'm not, and please, please, Blitz Talk, do not make me have to say this twice. I'm not saying he's Barry Sanders. He has a little bit of that in him, though, like that joystick, that just like you cannot tackle me type of thing.
well, I love Bijan for sure,
Like
and and I'm
he's
saying
generational.
we see what happens though. These are incomplete teams going after what's shiny instead of making the boring picks that build up these teams. For example, the Broncos have been making boring picks for how long? Have been building up their O line, have been building up their defense slowly. And look where they are. They're at the position where it's like 2 or 3 players away. You know, and it's actually
We've also
fine.
hit on almost every single draft pick, though. The Raiders have not hit on a lot of their draft picks. You got to think about, we hit at quarterback, receiver, running
Linemen.
back, lineman, pass rush with Nick Bonito, um, cornerback with Sertan and McMillan. Like, we've hit at almost every single position. The Raiders
And
have been
listen
doing the opposite.
and
So
listen, and that's how the Chiefs built. Granted, they did waste that first round pick
well, the
Clyde,
Chiefs built in the
Clyde
draft
Edwards.
at key positions, but then they spent their money on the O line, making sure that Mahomes was always protected. Well, at least until recently. But yeah,
Yeah, but still making those scouting decisions, getting Creed Humphrey instead of going after wide receivers early in the draft. You know, because the Chiefs were killed for that. Well, they did go after Sky Moore, that didn't work out. But at the same time, the team was so complete it didn't even matter. Because Mahomes was just gonna make it work regardless with whoever they
well,
put
he
out
won a
there.
Super Bowl
They
with
even put
Kadarius.
Tony out there.
He
Like
literally won a Super Bowl against a team that scored almost 40. He was throwing the ball to Sky Moore and Kadarius Coney. I want everybody to remember that about Mahomes when we're out here giving all this slander and stuff. He won a Super Bowl with Sky Moore and Kadarius Toney as his wide receivers. I want y'all to always remember that. And
yeah,
he had to beat a team that had broken the regular season record in sacks when he did that, by the way.
yeah, and we have to understand it took some boring picks. It took some interior building to get there.
Well, like I
Taking
said, the previous regime
the
had did
risk
a good
taken,
job, though.
the
That previous,
risk.
go ahead.
Well, I was just saying the risk taken to get McDuffie in that draft. Like even though McDuffie's still not there, but still that won them another championship.
Well, I mean, people forget the previous regime had hit a lot of picks already because they had already hit on Hill, they had already hit on Kelsey, they had already hit on Jones. So there was only really but a couple more places they really
Oh, they
needed.
needed a quarterback, yeah, and that's why they went
Yeah,
after
that's why they only
Mahomes.
needed really a couple more things. And once again, they saw what happened in that San Francisco, I'm not San Francisco, the Tampa Bay Super Bowl when Mahomes had no time, and they said never again. So that's a team that learned from its mistakes. But back to my Broncos, man. We been talking we ain't even talking enough about my
I mean,
Broncos. Man. No, no,
well,
no, 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 no,
Well,
no,
well, look,
no,
well,
no,
just
no,
to
no, no,
circle
no.
back, cause I didn't even get to my point, but still,
This is a Broncos Nation segment right here,
but
man.
still, just because I honestly before that move, I felt like you guys had a horrible offseason so far, just terrible, cause letting your defensive lineman go, while also not making any moves while having all that cap space, it seemed a little crazy, but. It's kind of starting to make sense with this. I just feel like the draft capital was a little too much for Jaylen Waddle. That's all I'm saying.
As my co-host continues to hate on my Broncos, I am going to bring out the list of Jericho to give you all of the emotions that I felt when I saw that we had traded for Jaylen Waddle. Are you now done hating?
I'm not hating. I said I love the move. You got a B plus.
Are you done hating on my team?
Hey, ain't no hate over here, brother. It's all good. Cause we gonna talk about my team's off season too, which I love, by the way. But let's keep it
Oh
going.
Lord, your team. Here's how I felt, Blitz Talk TV, when I heard that we traded for Jaylen Waddle. Cheerful, glad, joyous, sunny, ecstatic, euphoric, elated, overjoyed, jubilant, thrilled. Some idioms and phrases. On cloud nine. over the moon, walking on air, on top of the world, bursting with joy. Here's some synonyms based on context: fortunate and blessed, lucky, upbeat, optimistic, gratified, and most important, I am satisfied Broncos country. Because I thought this whole all season, man, we just had to watch the Raiders spend all that money. We just had to watch the Chargers make some moves I like. We just had to watch Buffalo make some moves I like. What are we going to do? Then Walmart billionaire said, oh, you thought we was going to just... Come on, man. We on Walmart over here, man. You think we move at the same pace that these peasants out here in free agency move? No. You think we care about draft picks? No. We care about the Super Bowl that we should have been in last year if Bo Nix didn't snap his ankle. Patriots, y'all got a pity Super Bowl appearance last year. Y'all don't get back. You want to know why? Because baby Steve Young ain't having it. Because he gets to throw now to that big dog Cortland Sutton and that speed demon Jaylen Waddle, which now immediately becomes a top 5 tandem in the league. Top 5. Baby Steve Young, we got you. Broncos Nation, I got you. Make travel arrangements for February 14th on Valentine's Day. Let your girl know it's life or death. I gots to go. Because Broncos Nation, Broncos country, we got a Super Bowl appearance next year. You heard it here first, BlitzTalkTV. Really, give us some words to go out. I've said enough. We already know what's going on, man. We know what's going on, man. Broncos country, we got Jaylen Waddle. Don't let no one tell you this is a negative. F them picks. I don't care. What are picks doing for me right now? Nothing. You know what Jaylen Waddle doing for me right now? One-on-one coverage down the sideline. Bo Nix ball down the sideline. In the bucket for a touchdown. That's what that's doing for me. One-on-one coverage, Cortland Sutton on your second DB. I like the prospect of that. Moving Franklin and Pat Bryant and Mims all around now. You got Evan Ingram still. Broncos country. We about to cook. Get the nice pan. Get your grandma's pan out. It's been working for a long time. Not the rust off because we about to cook. I don't care about them picks. We got picks next year. We ain't trading nothing from next year. We all in this year. Who cares about the... We don't care about no picks. What do we don't need all these picks. We need a dog. And we got a King Corso, Jaylen Waddle to the Broncos. Really, bring him out.
Oh man. Yeah, I definitely think that Sutton and Waddle is a top 5 tandem, especially looking at, I mean, Jamar
I'll
Chase.
do it all the top of my head, by the way. I'm not just bringing that out. I would say one is, I think we can agree on
Jamar Chase Higgins.
Yeah, Chase
That's
Higgins.
one.
I would say Devonta AJ Brown.
For now, as while they're still together.
I will say as of doing this episode as of right now. 3. Ooh, 3 is kind of tough.
No, it's Lamb and Pickens.
Puka and Devontae probably 3.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You said the 4th one.
Lamb and Pickens.
Yeah, and then that's where I would put Cortland and Waddle probably right there.
I mean, I'm in Ron Jameson. They're both 2,000 yards.
See, Jameson though, he don't do enough for me. And
He's
maybe
a 1,000-yard receiver.
More. Maybe he can do more. They just don't allow him to. Because I will say, like, when he did get, I think Amon-Ra was hurt for, like, was it a game or two? I saw more of him. But
I mean, he's a 1,000-yard receiver.
I mean, he's really good, but I don't think he's Waddle, though.
They're the same. They're literally the same receiver. I don't know
if he's Waddle, though.
They are the same receiver.
I don't know.
They're
Jameson
actually
has to show me more. That's all I'm saying.
Actually, kind of to give you a forecast of what y'all are gonna do, because Amon-Ra is more the possession receiver. Jameson is the speedy outside the numbers hit you downfield type of receiver.
But I think Waddle might just be a slightly better route runner than him. That's the only thing that I would probably give Waddle over him, is that he's probably a slightly better route runner. But once again, Jameson and Waddle are like right there. So if you want to put that tandem over Waddle and Sutton, I'm not really mad at that because I think Amon-Ra is better than Sutton. But once again, we got a top 5 tandem in my opinion. And more importantly than that, we got Sean Payton running it. And if Sean Payton would not have picked Jaylen Waddle at the receiver to trade for when he had Brown was out there, there were other receivers. Mike Evans was a free agent. We could have spent that money that Waddle's about to put on our books on Mike Evans. We could have did that too.
I wouldn't have did that. Mike Evans and Sutton are kind of the same receiver.
I know, but I'm just saying there's a lot of options that he could have went. Waddle was not the only option out there. I think he picked him and gave up all those picks for a reason. Waddle was the guy that he wanted. And Sean Payton, once again, I have my trepidations about him. I don't like the things he says sometimes, and I don't like how he acts sometimes, and I think he gets a little full of himself sometimes. But the man can coach offensive football. I'm not going to say he cannot coach offensive football. That would be blasphemous to say. He is going to make sure that we see the best version of Jaylen Waddle. He will have a whole package just so Bo Nix can get this man the ball. I'm telling you, Broncos country, we are about to cook.
Oh, yeah. I like the move. I do.
Get your tickets ready. Go ahead and tell your girl or significant other, I already have plans that Sunday. We're going to be in California. If you want to celebrate Valentine's Day, we will be in California. Because I have to see the Broncos in the Super Bowl. Because that's where we going. I don't want to hear nothing about no Bills, no Ravens, no nothing. It's baby Steve Young down the sideline, 45-yard bomb. Jaylen Waddle going down the sideline, untouched for a touchdown. Sutton, one-on-one in the corner. Oh, you single cover him with the second DB? Bad idea. He just mauled your DB for a touchdown. Oh, you trying to single out them? Baby Bo Nix QB draw up the middle. He just scored a touchdown. It's too much going on. You can't defend this team now. We got 2 studs on the outside. Who you gonna double? Can't double Cortland no more. Can't double Waddle no more. Who you doubling? Can't leave your DBs one-on-one unless you got a Stingley or a Christian Gonzalez or something like that. Hey, man. Broncos country. Go ahead, make them flight reservations. Get them tickets ready. Let's go. We're gonna be in that Super Bowl.
We gonna see. We gonna see.
Hey, man. Don't let a hater tell you this wasn't a good trade. Because even after this year, we got this stud for the next 3 years. I'm telling y'all sleeping on Jaylen Waddle, man. I seen the comments after the trade happened. He doesn't have 1,000-yard year. You gave up a first-round pick. I just want to make it clear. I just want to be real clear. If you have a team that's ready to win now, why do you care about draft picks that are gonna sit behind the players that you have? Why do you care right now? The teams that have the team ready to win right now should not be worried about draft picks for that current year. If your team's ready to win now, go fill the holes of what. Look at what the Rams just did. They have a 38-year-old quarterback, and they just went and actually, I think Matthew Stafford might be older than that. They just went and traded for Trent McDuffie because they had a clear hole at cornerback. So what did they do? They went and filled that hole. And now the Rams are right back there as a team that I think could be the team that we face in the Super Bowl. Because they realize, F them picks. What them picks gonna do for us right now? We got a very small window with the future Hall of Famer that is Matthew Stafford. Go get Trent McDuffie because the Chiefs are stupid enough to let him go. My Broncos said, go get Jaylen Waddle because Miami, who just spent all this money on Malik Willis, are stupid enough to let the only offensive weapon outside of A-Chan go. You prey on the stupidity of these franchises.
That I do agree with.
Because what in the world are you letting Waddle walk out the door for? That's just stupid. You don't have anything else but A-Chan and you say, hey, bye Waddle, we'll take some picks. Picks you're probably not going to do nothing with anyway, because Miami's not all that good at drafting. So let's always remember they picked Tua over Justin Herbert. Let's always remember that. You don't get a pass just because you got Achane and Waddle. Anyone could have made those picks. Well, maybe not Achane, because a lot of people passed on Achane, but Waddle was definitely going to be a top 20 pick. Everybody knew that already. So, no, you don't get credit for that. What you do get credit for is making one of the biggest draft missteps of all time and getting Tua over Herbert. And Herbert's already got 2 or 3 playoff appearances with a roster who are the Chargers, who cannot get out of their own way, and once had Brandon Staley as coach. My gosh. Talk about football malpractice being coached by Brandon Staley. Jaylen Waddle's a Bronco. Broncos country. We just locked the Super Bowl. We just locked it up. Last words, really.
I think you got it all, bro. I think you got it, but we gonna see. That's how I'm gonna end it off. We gonna see.
Broncos country. Jaylen Waddle on his way to Mile High. Let us know in the comments what you think, man. Jaylen Waddle is now a Denver Bronco. Let us know what you think.